Hello everyone! In this video I have a mixed media scrapbook process to share with you with the Thompson's Craft Supplies design team using the Frosty Winter kit. Now, I had fully intended for my first couple of videos with this kit to be about making my December album. However, I had this layout idea in my head and I just had to get it done. Does that ever happen to you? Like, you have this creative idea and you just can't rest until you get it done. You can't do anything else creative. You've got to do this thing before you can do anything else. I actually have a video coming up in the next few days where exactly the same thing happened. I had an idea and I had to just get it done. It happens to me way too often, so someone please tell me if it happens to you too. But talking about this video, the fault of this whole idea thing lies with this paper I'm using. I have forgotten the name of it, but it's by Reminisce. It's from the kit and it's just so gorgeous. I mean, it's a wood grain. I am a sucker for wood grain, as many of you know, but it's not only a wood grain, it's a blue wood grain with snowflakes on. It is just one of the most stunning papers I think I have seen this year, and I wish I had like 20 of them. But yes, I started off my layout, let's talk about that, that's a good idea, doing some embossing with these little snowflake stamps. I'm using Paper Mania embossing powder. One is called Tinsel Snowflake, that's the white glittery one, and the silver one, it has a name, but I've forgotten what it is. It's the fine silver one. And the snowflake stamps I was using were just really cheap ones from Hobbycraft. I think I even bought them after Christmas at the beginning of this year, so they were dirt cheap. But once I'd got those down, I wanted to do some stenciling, add some more snowflakes with the really lovely snowflake template stencil, losing my words, from the kit. And I wanted them to be glittery, but the glitter paste I have that's kind of whitish wasn't right. It's the Nouveau Moonstone paste, and it's not really white. It's more of an iridescent, like it picks up a particular colour and then reflects that, and that wasn't really what I wanted. So I took that paste, I mixed it with some modelling paste so it would be more white, and then that still wasn't quite right, so I added a little bit of Nouveau embellishment mousse in the platinum silver colour, and then added some more coarse white glitter, and then mixed up this paste, and just, as you can see, I'm just putting it on there. And it came out really nicely. I was so pleased. Often when I make my own little concoctions like this, mixing up paste and stuff, it doesn't ever turn out exactly how I want it. Like, it's fine. I usually don't mind it. That's usually the way it is with mixed media, you know, just to kind of see what happens, and whatever happens kind of thing. But this actually turned out exactly how I wanted it, and I was so pleased. I don't know how well it's going to show up in the video, but it's basically, it's white with a silvery glittery hint, and it's just, I know I'm bagging on about it, but it never happens to me when things go exactly the way I want them. So I was a very happy bunny. So I've added those snowflakes in certain places, and then I added just like 3 at the bottom corner here, just to, I knew towards the left was going to be my main area of like photo and embellishing and stuff, but I always like to add like a little other area of interest somewhere else on the page, just for a bit of, you know, extra interest. And then I had a little bit of paste left, and as I was so pleased with it, I decided just to grab a random paper. This was a Poundland paper pad from some time ago, I think, and just use the rest of the paste on that. Usually I just throw it away, but as I said, I wanted to just use every last scrap of that, so I just put it on that random paper, and I'm sure that will show up in one of my later projects this month. So yes, on to the layout and the picture. So as you can see, I've printed off 2 of those pictures, and the reason is I did one with very heavy blue hue, that's quite hard to say, blue hue, and wasn't sure which one would be better. I ended up using the picture that is unedited, the slightly darker one, because I thought it showed up a little bit better. The picture is one that I took at the beginning of this year when we had all that snow here in the UK, and it started snowing one morning, and I went outside just as it started and got this picture of this perfect little snowflake, and I was just so proud of myself. I'm not really into photography. I'm not particularly very, you know, not like amazing at it or anything, but that, I was really pleased with it, I'm not going to lie. So I really wanted to scrap it with this wintry kit kind of thing. So it's very much not a Christmas layout, this one. It's a very wintry one, as I said. And I will use the other picture that I printed off and do a journal page with it as well, which hopefully you will see in the coming weeks whenever I get round to it. So the cardstock I was just using there to back the picture comes in the kit. You get a selection of A4 sheets of cardstock, and I used the light blue with a really thin layer around it, and then the navy, but I wanted to add something extra to the navy, so I've taken the silver acrylic paint from the kit and just sort of dry brush sort of stippled it around that piece of navy, having my as least amount of paint as possible on the brush kind of thing. And then I really liked that effect, so I decided to do a little bit around the edge of the main layout itself. And then, so once that was done and dry and stuff, I decided to add some tulle to this layout. Tulle's very in at the moment, isn't it? So I have some just normal tulle, which is what I'm putting down there now with the gloss gel. And then I also have some tulle that's got little silver gems and stars on it, so I thought that would look really nice on this layout as well. I've only put the gloss gel down in like a few places on the tulle, just so it stays in place behind the photo, but either side of the photo where it sticks out, it's actually completely loose. And yeah, I really like the effect of the tulle. It's like, it adds another texture element, and it's kind of really pretty. And I thought I could also, like, I could add embellishments on top of it, and then also some under it that would kind of mute them and stuff. So yeah, really happy with that little sudden idea I had. Just sticking my photo there on that navy piece and sort of figuring out sizes and where I'm going to put stuff. I've already gone through some of the embellishments from the kit and chosen which bits I want to use, just in a pile there on the right. I'm mounting my photo on 2 layers of foam tape because I just wanted it lifted up quite high from all that tulle and stenciling and embossing and stuff. So those are going on like that. And then I'm just grabbing some glitter card and punching some little snowflakes from it with a little about 1.5 centimetre, maybe not quite, maybe about 12mm snowflake punch I got from Hobbycraft. The glitter card is from B&M Bargains of all places, and it's actually really, really good glitter card. Like, it doesn't shed at all, and it's really lovely, like, subtle colours. So if you're in the UK and find yourself in B&M Bargains, do recommend, and it's obviously really cheap because it's from that shop. But yeah, as I said, I punched those snowflakes, couple in blue, couple in silver, and just glued them down with the gloss gel. Okay, apparently I'm doing that now. I stuck my photo down first with the gloss gel again. And yeah, snowflakes going again on the top of the tulle, underneath it, next to it, just a mix of things, just so it's all sort of mixed in together. And then I'm going to figure out where I'm going to put all these little embellishments and ephemera pieces. I didn't want to add too many because I really, really, really wanted this photo to be the absolute focus, as I was banging on about earlier. I'm really, really proud of it. Just look at that perfect little snowflake. Isn't it cute? I hope it's showing up decently on film there. I haven't saved this video in HD yet, so I'm not entirely sure what it's going to look like for you guys. But yes, I used that little tag there that's got the silver snowflake on. Well, that was quite obvious. And then other little snowflakey bits that are from the Casercraft, not Crazy Craft. Oh dear, that's its new name, Crazy Craft collection, which is, oh, what's the name of the collection? Poof, gone out of my head. But yes, I added those. I've added these little flowers. I just cut off the stems just with scissors from those flowers. Again, they're going down with the gloss gel. I added that little believe in the magic because I thought that was quite sweet. And then I was out of shot slightly there, which I apologise for. But those, that heart long sticker there, and then this phrase one I'm adding down are from the Casercraft sticker sheet. And I just thought walking in a winter wonderland would be quite appropriate. And then there's the Tim Holtz Christmas clipping stickers. These are fabulous, by the way. I love the Tim Holtz clipping stickers, but these Christmas ones are like even better. But there's a few that are not necessarily Christmassy. There's something like about trees that sparkle and winter sparkly, wintry, snowy little phrases. So I've added those down. And then for my title, which is just perfect because it is a perfect little snowflake, I'm using those Love to Craft alphas, the silver ones that you can get from Poundland. So just putting those on my little ruler thing that I use to align my alphas, and I decided to put that at the top of the photo there because then it kind of, when you put those silver alphas on the layout itself, they kind of got lost, and just putting them at the top of the photo, you can see the title a little bit better, I think, anyway. Now, this is the next day. Your eyes are not going funny. My nails did change colour. And I'm just dry brushing on some more of that silver paint onto the flowers. I had to wait till the next day because to give the gel medium time to dry, because it does take a while to dry when you use little flowers and stuff like that. It's good with materials, but with paper it does take long, and if I tried to dry brush them beforehand they would just move around and stuff like that. And then I added a little more of that sort of dry brushing silver just around some of the little ephemera and elements and stuff, kind of like how you would ink around the edges of something with an oxide or something like that, I'm just doing the same thing with silver paint. And then finally I'm going to finish with a load of these little star gems. These are the Hobbycraft ones, but I usually use the Simply Creative ones, but I have run out of those. Need to get some more. I go through them like you wouldn't believe, mostly on my cards rather than layouts, but yeah, these tiny little stars I just thought would look very pretty on this layout. And again, some are going under the tool, some are going over the top of it, some are going around it, and I also added 3 little ones in that bottom right corner where I was saying earlier about adding just that one little extra element of interest. And that, I believe, is the end of this layout. So thank you so much for watching. I will of course link the kit and any other items that I can link below. Obviously can't link the Poundland stuff because they don't have a website, but other than that, yes, I hope you enjoyed this one. I really enjoyed making this layout, I'm not gonna lie, mostly because I'm just so in love with that paper. But yes, look out for my album videos, which will be starting next week, as long as I don't get any other random creative ideas that I can't get out of my head. Whoops. Okay, very much time for me to go. Thank you so much again. Bye bye.